Welcome back, everyone. Believe it or not, today is a national day to celebrate a winged creature that flies through the night sky, bats. And the Angelo State University actually has a unique program that you guys use to study and to learn more about these bats. You're one of those students. I'm joined with Roxanne Porstastari. Thanks so much for being here with us here this morning. We've got some of these bats laid out here. I guess understanding a lot of people are scared of bats, number one.
Yes.
What's not to be feared about them, and what's so great about it, and why you like to learn more about them?
Well, for one, I mean, think of it this way. First off, they're mammals. They're, people say they're flying rodents. Really, we're more related to rodents than they are, if you want to look at it that way. They feed their young. They care for them. So these are a couple of the different species, or a few of the different species we have in Texas. There's 29 different species that regularly occur here, and 4 different families. Now, what people a lot of times are used to seeing are these. These are the Mexican free-tailed bats, Brazilian free-tailed bats. Sometimes I've even heard them called Texas free-tailed bats. But these are a migratory species. And what's really cool about these guys is that they fulfill so many different ecological niches that people don't even think about. Like, there's a lot of insect-feeding bats, so they take care of tons of mosquito-sized insects, agricultural pests, so importantly.
Things that we don't like as humans that they can take care of
exactly.
for us.
And then another role that they fill that a lot of people don't know about, the one that I'm studying actually is as a pollinator, an important pollinator. It's a migratory species named the Mexican long-nosed bat. And they feed primarily on agaves in the northern portion of its range, which just barely gets into Texas. And they help proliferate the species, help with genetic diversity, because they help them cross-pollinate, because a lot of these plants can.
So understanding like why they're important is something that you obviously have an appreciation for. But I think that what's interesting is that they play such a crucial role in the day-to-day operation that we have, especially with ranching out here, farming. Talked about pollinating and the bugs as well. What would you say to somebody who might be a little scared of bats? Because what's interesting, especially in the morning, especially in Mason, coming out on the radar, we can actually see birds and bats on radar. And so somebody who might be scared of these mammals, what would you say to somebody?
Well, I think a lot of the fear comes with the disease factor. I think there's a common misconception that bats are very disease-ridden, and unfortunately, like, they are nocturnal animals. So when do people encounter them is during the day.
Right.
Well, a bat out during the day is a sick bat, unfortunately. So that's why there's just so much hype about them having rabies, is because unfortunately most of the ones they encounter. So if people if they see a bat, leave it alone, don't touch it, but then they shouldn't have a problem. Maybe just call animal services if they see a bat on the ground somewhere. But if you just see them hanging in your rafters, maybe at night, or you see them flying around, they're not going to hurt you. No,
but a bat during the day is good advice, because that's certainly something that the city also talks about too, and reporting that. A lot of information here. We're going to add some more stuff on our online article, which you guys can catch and log on to Facebook to check out as well. Roxanne, thanks so much for waking up bright and early with us this morning, and we'll be in contact again, I'm sure.
All right, thank you very much.
Stay with us. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.